Hi Digidestins and welcome back to the Digital Gate podcast. I'm your host. I was about to say Holy then, I'm not Holy, I'm Gruffy, also known as Gruffy Gets Good, and joining me today is my co-host as always, Holy, also known as Holy
Hello.
Guns Fast.
Hello.
So this week there's not much, so you're probably going to hear us just waffle even more than usual. We're pretty good at waffling, over explaining cards, so we'll just do that a bit more. But obviously over here, it's our BT6 pre-release. So we've been having a lot of fun getting our hands on some of the cards. You've not done a pre-release yet, have you, Holy?
No, I'm doing my pre-release tomorrow.
Yeah, I did my first ever IRL TCG event on Saturday. I did my pre-release. You know, it was good fun. I didn't pull the best cards, but I did pull a Bond of Bravery, which is kind of broken in that format, but it is a level 7. But if you can get on top of him, you know, you can just be swinging through, trashing the security, doing another check. So that was good fun. I did come third though, just because the only game I lost was against someone who pulled the All Art Bellstarmon, and pretty much 2 of every option for 3 Musketeers and 1 of each of the other 3 Musketeers. So yeah, they had everything they needed. Oh, and they also had Impmons as well. So they literally had a mini engine of 3 Musketeers in their 6 pre-release packs.
Yeah, this is reminding me of my Great Legend pre-release, where like the person who won it was the person that pulled double Chaos Mod.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but yes, it was good fun though. I enjoyed it. It was, like I said, it was my first IRL event, and everyone there was so nice. It was over at Cataclysm Games. I'll just give him a shout out anyway. I'll put a link to his website. He's still got stock of BT6, and if you're anywhere in like the Maidstone area, sadly he doesn't do Digimon locals, but he's doing all pre-release and store champs. I'm actually going up there on Saturday again for store champs, so it's gonna be fun. I'm not sure what I'm gonna take yet. We've been doing a bit of testing. I've had a bit of play.
I guess I kind of feel obligated now to shout out my locals.
Yeah, might as well.
Locals I'm going to be playing my pre-release event, which will be today when this video goes up, is going to be Mana Screw at Northampton, down on Sheep Street. They have an online store. The person who runs it is a very nice person, and yeah, it's all good fun. Yeah, fun and games.
Yeah, let's hope no one pulls the full engine for 3 Musketeers.
I just want a Ghost Omni.
Yeah, it's not that much. I just want a Ghost Omni in my 6 pre-release packs. That's not too much to ask.
I don't mean just like just in the pre-release. I meant, but
what you gotta do is if you pull it, just play it.
I know. If I pull a Ghost Omni, I am definitely not selling it. I'm using it in decks because it's fun.
Flex. But yeah, so at the moment I've been playing around with, because I was going to play around with Bond of Friendship, but I got a few boxes, but I've got I still have a case coming, so I just kept some bits, sold some more, sold the rest just so I had something to play with for now. And I thought I kept everything for Bond of Friendship. I kept the Bond of Friendships, but turns out I accidentally gave away the remaining of the rares. I gave some to Holy, and then the remainder that I had, I brought a box of bulk to the local and was like, oh, and anyone just take what you want. I've got a case coming, don't worry. So I gave away all my mats, and in the boxes I bought that day, I only pulled 1 mat, so I couldn't play him. So, you know, we adapt, we overcome, we improvise. I decided to play Bond of Bravery instead, which is a deck I never really had much intention of playing. But I guess because I used it in pre-release, I was like, oh, do you know what? I'll give him a go. So that's been pretty fun. That's a weird tech. I built like a you've probably seen it up on the channel. I built a what I like to call Ancient Agubond. It's pretty cool. It's a little bit clunky, but I've tweaked it since. And then what have you been playtesting, Holy?
I've just been mainly playing the powerhouse of the format in Kabubond.
Yeah.
The deck's fun. I've been waiting to play for ages, so.
I had the beautiful experience of playing against it yesterday. I also built a Masty Dynus deck because, it's Masty. She's relevant in this format, kind of. So I wanted to build something with her in it. And I was scared the whole time. I was like, unless I leave a level 6 on board, it's going to get bounced back. So I was like, and then it was fun. It was really fun to play against, just seeing it in action and just seeing the scale at which you can erupt with it.
Yeah, when the deck goes off, it goes off hard.
Yeah, where the to be fair, the Masty Dynus deck is a lot of fun. But what I've found out about it is you can deck yourself out pretty easy if you're not paying attention, because Dynus has an effect where on Digivolve you can trash your top security to reveal the top 6 cards of your deck and add 2 Digimon to hand, trash the rest. So it's a good way to fill up your trash for Masty and a good way to, extra draw power. So I'm just like, yeah, that's great. And I did it twice in one game, not thinking. Then I went to grab a card from my deck and was like, oh, I have 2 cards left in my deck. When did this happen? So I'm learning to play yellow. It's taken a while. I've never really played yellow before. But nice. This format, I've only played 2 types of decks and seen a couple. I've seen 3 Musketeers actually in play. I've seen Security Control and I've seen Bond of Friendship in action as well. And they're just all such fun decks to play against and to play. So I'm really looking forward to delving into this meta for the coming weeks, coming months even.
Yeah, the meta's super fun, and I will say this: after the introduction of the block from BT6 and the Star decks onwards, the meta just always seemed to get more diverse and more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And especially with pretty much, well, not pretty much, but a lot of the Mastimon deck cards being shown now. That deck is ridiculous. Just seeing what people can do with it without the full combo package is scary. And I cannot wait. Too bad we've probably got 4 or 5 months till we get over here, if not longer.
Probably be getting it about February time, maybe March.
But it's something to look forward to. I'm loving the meta at the moment, and we're gonna have some fun stuff. But I guess we've rambled long enough, so we should probably get into the actual news. There's not much. There's a little bit, but we'll go over it. So we had some more Star Deck cards announced, which we're gonna there's gonna be a couple of weeks. Sadly, it is literally just Star Deck news today for this week. But there is they did do a big Q&A, which is really interesting, which Holy will go over. So I'm just going to go over the 3 new Digimon that are announced, and then Holy's going to take us through that because he's got a judge brain on him, and I barely manage to read the effect of cards most of the time. So we've got Wormmon. During the end of your turn, this Digimon may perform Jogress. So this is the inheritable. Probably should have put that. During the end of your turn, this Digimon may perform Jogress with another Digimon that you control to evolve into a Digimon from your hand by playing its Jogress cost, which is 0. So it's weird that they say for paying its Jogress cost, unless we're going to get Jogress, some Jogress that
paying
aren't free.
The Jogress cost also includes having the blue and green Digimon.
Yeah.
You can't just Evo into a Jogress just on its own and still have the Jogress skills.
Yeah. But this is just the same as the Gatomon we saw. Obviously Gatomon is
the small one.
Yeah. So it's just a way for you to, if you want to Jogress and you don't mind passing turn, if you've got Stingmon there with a Wormmon underneath, you just hard drop an XV and then you can Jogress. So it's a way just to get the Jogress out at the end of turn if you've not got enough memory to go into it. It's a nice little tech, but I think because with the Imperial Digimon one and you're Jogressing into level 5s, it's so easy to keep turn with that. It's so easy to have an XV with jamming, swing, get that attack, hard play out the new Stingmon, keep turn, then Jogress and get more attacks. So it's a cool card, but I don't think it's going to see as much. Well, it's not going to be needed as much as the Gatomon is. But,
Yeah, definitely.
But it, you've got the option, which is nice. And then we've got the Green Boy Stingmon. When played, if you control a blue Digimon in play, reduces cards play cost by 1. It's the same effect as the new XV. And then inheritable, when attacking, if you control a blue Digimon, so if you can have a blue Digimon in play, trigger draw 1. Which, it's a nice bit of draw power. I don't think this deck's going to struggle too hard with draw power, because very rarely you are not going to play Davis and get like a double pull from it.
Yeah, double pull Davis is going to be a lot more consistent now.
Yeah, and especially we're going to see people running Mimi as well, I reckon. So we're going to see Davis and Mimi combo, which could be pretty scary. Just forcing out a Digimon a turn earlier than you should be able to, while gaining all your benefits from everything else, is going to be pretty beautiful. Yeah, nothing too amazing with these. We've basically seen both these effects before on other Digimon in the starter deck. But it's nice to know that we're going to have a green and a blue we can hard play. And it's weird because Imperial Digimon has such a big pool of cards as it is. It's getting harder and harder to decide what's in there, because obviously we've got the BT3 stuff, we've got the EX01 stuff, we've now got the starter deck stuff, and we're going to have the BT8 stuff. I mean, maybe they'll literally... The thing is, I can't see them with BT8 being a O2 set. I can't see them not releasing more XVs, more Stingmons. So it's really strange that we've got this starter deck so close to that new set.
Yeah, especially the fact that we already have fighter mode confirmed for BT8.
Yeah. So we know it's definitely coming, which I don't know how they're going to do fighter mode. Do you reckon he's going to be a level 7?
No, I still think he'll be level 6.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll have an effect where he can I'm assuming he's probably going to have an effect where he can digivolve on top of a level 6.
Yeah, it'll probably be something specific like the Omni 1X antibody text, where it can evolve on top of specifically an Imperial Digimon Dragon mode.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that set, because with these star decks, I got spoiled because my two favorite Digimon are Mastimon and Imperial Digimon. So that BT8 is going to be my absolute baby. Can't wait for it. Yeah, the only other card that was leaked this week is, well, not leaked, announced, is the Grand Quagamon. So we finally know the other level 6 we finally know what the other level 6 for the Imperial Digimon deck does. It's about as impressive as the original Grand Quagga from BT1. It's a little stronger because you keep turn. So it's from what we can make out, it looks like it's a 3 to Digivolve, 11k DP Digimon, which gains security attack which has security attack +1, and when it Digivolves that turn, it gains 4k DP, which is nice because you're a 15k body swinging at 2 checks. It's just an extra aggression piece, but I don't know in a world where you would choose this over the BT3 Imperial or even the EX01 Imperial.
Yeah, there's not many. It's more just another bit of deck fill.
Yeah, it's what we've seen before. It's not a terrible card. It's just
that's like really a thing. A lot of the secondary megas in the starter decks normally don't see too much play.
Yeah, because what are they in the Chaos? The Gallant and the All Force? Because we've not gone over those, because those were all announced before we started the podcast.
For the Gallantmon one, it's Shangri-Mon, which actually is a pretty decent card. People who played me when I had the starter decks on me knows the power of that deck. Or just of Shangri-Mon.
What was
and then the other one is he's security attack +1 and piercing.
Oh. Yeah, that
so you just kind of build it like Ragnar Lordmon, and then you just have all 16k piercing, security attack +4.
Yeah, that does sound pretty scary.
Yeah, and especially because it's a level 6, unlike Ragnar, you can then just go into like Omni, Blitz, and kill them. It's a fun deck.
Yeah, he sounds it.
It's a nice little like kind of budget option deck. It doesn't need like, I don't think it actually needs anything from BT6. So if you're only able to pick up like the starter decks, it's definitely a deck that you can have a lot of fun. You can just blow people's security out of nowhere with.
Yeah, I definitely think the Gallant and the All Fours, especially the Gallant deck, is a really strong deck on its own. Admittedly, it's outshadowed by BT6 because it's coming into red when we already have Jesmon and Bond of Bravery, and there's not really left much room for it.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing of like the fact that we have our sets come out with the structured with the decks means that the decks don't have too much time, because Digimon has like an era like sense of power creep of like the next set, or the new cards always have to be like much better and much more game defying than the previous ones.
Yeah, there's not much.
There's obviously cards that, you know, break the pattern, like Imperial Dramon and Shine Greymon, but for the most part,
yeah, I mean the only deck we're going to see really pull over the BT6 that is going to still be able to do things is Shine and Lord Nightmon. I guess you could say Hexablow, but it's more Azulongmon with the Hexablow tech.
yeah, pretty much.
But you know, I'm looking forward to them because there are some really good cards in the starter decks. Mainly the memory boost, but hey, Geo Greymon and Thick Boy Dragon, Quadramon, those are pretty good cards.
Yeah, security Digimon that you do on plays.
And don't we get a Drummon Searcher as well, don't we?
Yeah, with Dracmon. Not Dracmon. Dracomon.
Yeah, I mean that will search your Imperial Dramons and your Pale Dramons. That's nice.
Search your entirety of your T Brigade deck.
Yeah, all your Drummons.
Anyway, I should probably stop waffling about the Gallant and
yeah.
All Force decks.
Oh yeah, what was the level 6 other level 6 in the All Force then?
Slayer Dramon.
What was so special about him?
I honestly can't remember what the card does. No one played it.
Is that good? But yeah, so tangent ending. Basically, it's not a terrible card. It's not a great card. If you pick up the star deck, it's a nice little tech with that. But if you're picking up the star deck to pull things out of it, to build decks out of it, he's probably going to stay where he is. But
he'll join the Rosemons and the Machine Dramons of the world.
Yeah. He'll go live with them. But hey, I mean, at least we got one good Grand Quagamon. It's pretty cool. So we'll move on to Holy's World now, which is Q&As. I had a quick look at this. I tried to stay fresh with it because I usually like it when Holy explains things to me because he teaches me things and it's nice. It means I don't have to think.
Yeah, okay, so I'll go over all the points that I made during this Q&A. So the first part of the Q&A is obviously something that people had issues with when testing online, is how you stacked Jogress evolutions. Because people didn't know if you had to stack one color on first specifically, or you could stack them however you wanted, which could lead to issues with stuff like source stripping and Digivolve. But we've now got an official answer for that, where if a condition says, say like with Mastimon here, a yellow level 5 and a purple level 5, you stack the yellow one on the top of the source and the all sources underneath that, and then afterwards put the purple ones all underneath all of your yellow sources. So just go in the order that the card says.
Yeah, so I guess it's the only time that I'll kind of be relevant, well, the 2 times would be relevant is source stripping and de-digivolve, just so you know, like if there's specifically a way, because you could tactically stack things in a way against your opponent that you gain benefits for.
Yeah,
Obviously
that was
now,
like the main issue that people had with it.
yeah, but now we know.
The next part of it is multicolored Digimon. Some people were kind of confused of like what you could digivolve onto it, but most people assumed it was either color of the Digimon, which we've now just got a nice bit of confirmation of. Yes, a yellow-purple Digimon can evolve into either yellow or purple. It's nothing that we probably didn't guess already, but it's nice that it's confirmed.
Yeah, that's the thing with these Q&As. It's nice just to get confirmation so we're not guessing.
Yeah. The next point about it is cards such as win rate 60%, which we covered previously on the podcast. People were asking the question, what color card do I have to discard when evolving from another Digimon, from a multicolored Digimon using win rate 60%? And the answer is you can just use either color. You can discard, for Mastimon's case, purple or yellow, or for one of the Imperial Dramons, it's red or blue. Not red or blue, blue or green.
Yeah, so win rate, if I can remember that, isn't it reduced? It's a 2-cost card that if you trash a card of that color in your hand, you can reduce the Digivolution cost by 4.
Yeah. You have to discard a Digimon of the same color that you're digivolving from. So it's like HBD in that sense. Yeah. So yeah, people were a little bit confused of which color you discard for.
Yeah.
Obviously multicolor. And then probably the most important thing that we got from Jogress is what Jogress essentially allows you to do in terms of like playing Digimon the same turn. And this can lead to some very interesting stuff, what they've said. So when a Jogress evolution is performed, Digimon essentially it resets everything, such as Digimon cannot attack the turn they are played, so using Jogress completely gets rid of summoning sickness.
It's scary.
So even effects by evolutions, effects gained by evolution sources before Jogress. For example, say you have an effect that is when attacking, if condition is applied, gaining 2000 DP. After Jogress evolution, that will no longer be applied to the Digimon. And also, once per turn effects will reset their abilities. So stuff like Upamon, if you attack with, say, the XVmon and then Jogress up into a Dino B, you can activate that Upamon's effect again after the Jogress.
Yeah, see, that part is what scares me, because you're resetting once per turns.
Yeah, that's something I'm assuming also gets reset is opponent's debuffs. So say if if your opponent like Kentorusmons you, and then you have 2 Digimon, and then you just Jogress into them, I'm assuming that will get rid of the security attack -1s as well.
Yeah, because one of the effects here goes off, obviously, because you would lose say if you played an option that gave you security attack +1, then Jogress, you would lose that security +1.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that stuff like debuffs from the opponent that last multiple turns goes under effects gained by the evolution sources before Jogress.
Yeah, you'd assume so, because if they're going to treat security attack plus like that, sure, security attack minus is going to be like that, which is, like you said, is nice. If you ever get stalled out by, it's very unlikely someone's going to apply a Kent, but say they do, you can then Jogress.
I mean, Lily still plays Kentorus in every deck, so
if you play against Lily, you're going to get a Kentaurus one.
And yeah, this just resets it, basically makes it an entirely new Digimon with essentially Rush, which is kind of absurd.
Yeah, which for Mastimon won't be as reasonable. But for, say you've been put, I don't know, say you, like, the thing is with green blues, you have access to quite a bit of memory manipulation and digivolution reduction, so you could easily put yourself to like 6 memory, hard play, already have something out, hard play a Stingmon because you've already got a blue Digimon out, reduce the play cost, and hard play an XV, reduce the play cost, then go straight into your Dino B or your Paildramon to get another attack out. So like you said, it's almost a form of rush. You can use it as a way just to get that last attack and you need if you got enough memory.
Yeah, something I'm a little bit more concerned about is if eventually we get, say, a yellow-purple Digimon that's level 5, considering then you can literally just make a Mastimon for free off of a Omnimon's War.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm glad I've now put that thought into everyone's head. It's
the thing is, like you said, with the way we get our structure decks is we get them with a set, so they kind of lose some of their potency. So I'm wondering if this is just like our entry point and these cards are going to be completely overshadowed when BT8 comes out.
Yeah, but I guess we'll just have to wait until BT8 starts getting set reveals and we see what Jogress gets, or Jogress/DNA Digivolution we get in BT8.
I can see because the thing with the new Imperial Dramon, he's not that great. It's more the Power Dramon and the Dino B.
With the new Imperial Dramon, you can immediately just Jogress up into something new and swing with it.
Oh yeah. True.
Oh. Because it won't be affected by summoning sickness anymore.
That is a little scary. but looking at, if you put Mastimon and Dino B and Paildramon next to each other, those, I think out of the starter deck, those will be your more relevant cards. These will be the cards that pull over. And I reckon the way Digimon is so power crept, in BT8 we're going to see things that completely outshadow anything else in the starter decks by like 2 cards. But I can't see this Mastimon not being good. I can't see it sticking around, because with Lucemon fall down mode and like just being able to hard play a Magnangemon to recover 1, pass turn, Jogress because of your Gatomon, recover 1 by putting something in your trash onto your security, pulling it out, playing it. If it's Lucemon fall down mode, you've just recovered 1, killed 2 things on their board for hard playing a 7-cost Digimon, and you could have been at 4 memory. You could have put them to 3 and done all that damage and recovered just for putting them to 3. I can't see this card not sticking around for a bit because it is scary. But even it makes cards like Mistymon viable again, because I'm just going to play a Mistymon, kill 2 of their rookies that they've got out, pass turn, Jogress up, kill some more stuff. Like, you can board wipe with a Mistymon and a Mastimon. It's scary.
Yeah. For BT7, I've been playing a lot more recently with yellow purple control. I'm definitely going to just start testing the new Mastimon with it, just because it's going to be a beast.
Yeah, it's crazy scary, but I'm looking forward to seeing the last few cards. I'm hoping, cause, to be fair, we looked at Masty's new option and Imperial's new option, and the new Imperial option was better than the Masty, because the Masty one's quite expensive and it's useful, but you're already going to be running the BT7, I can't remember the name of it, the one that brings back Lucemons.
Ultimate Sacrifice.
Yeah, you're going to be running Ultimate Sacrifice as it is, so it doesn't leave much room for playing that option as well. So I'm excited to see what the other option brings, see if it's something that you could fit into a deck like that. So I'm assuming it's going to be a cheaper option, because normally what we get is we get a dirt cheap option, a mid-range, and an expensive option. So with the Imperial Dramon, we've seen like the mid-range option, because I think it's a 5 cost. and we know what both the cheaper options are. In fact, I'll just go on to the next page because it's relevant. So we already know that we've got Flower Cannon and Night Raid as your cheap options. We know we've got Chaos Degradation as the expensive, and Megadeth's only 5. Potentially Hell Masquerade may be a cheap one as well, but Darkness Wave probably going to be your mid-cost.
Okay, so how like cards are ordered and stuff. So here's some lessons of how the card numbering system works. So
Theories out.
everything all just kind of depends, because it depends mainly on what color each of the option cards is. If Hell's Masquerade is a green option card, then it's either 2, 0, or 1 as a memory cost. Because being inherently green would definitely put it after Megadeth, because Megadeth is blue primarily.
Yeah.
And then be before Flower Cannon because it goes by play costs. And then Darkness Wave, if it's a yellow option card, which I don't see it happening really.
Yeah, name like
if
that.
If it is, then it's either 8 cost or more, which I think is a bit too high for a starter decks, like to have 2 8 cost option cards. So I'm more entitled to thinking it being purple and being something like 1 or 2.
So you're thinking the other 2 options are going to be cheap options?
Well, considering how they're set out here, then they kind of have to be cheap options. It's kind of like no wiggle room around it. They just kind of have to be.
I realised I should have probably highlighted the actual colour the cards are. I just highlighted the Mastermon stuff pink and the Imperial Digimon stuff blue. But now I'm looking at
pretty much all like...
Yeah, we know the colour of the options, don't we? What am I saying? Yeah, so Darkness Wave is purple and
there's actually
it's green, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be like 1 or 2 cost less. Cool. They're both super cheap.
But yeah,
just completely ignoring the graphic to the side.
Yeah, I put it there for a reason. Can't remember why clearly. But yeah, so these are the remaining cards.
Oh no, wait, actually. Oh yeah, Chaos Degrade is primarily purple. So Darkness Wave is probably going to be super expensive.
Yeah, so we've got no primarily yellow options. But yeah, so these are the cards left. So we know let's have a look. So we've got purple, 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 purple. So we know that all of these Digimon are just pure purple.
And then for the other one, they're all green. Yeah. I just know that.
So it'd be interesting to see if they bring any other effects. Obviously, Bastamon's going to be the other level 5. Jewelbeamon's going to be other level 5. No, yeah, Jewelbeamon is level 5, isn't he?
Yeah.
So we're getting a third level 5.
You remember our first printing of Jewelbeamon?
I can't even remember what he did.
Yeah, he was a 10k level 5 vanilla.
Oh, yeah,
he didn't do much.
Big boy vanilla, but it's hard to, because obviously I'm assuming the ratio is going to be, because these are SRs, you're going to get 2, probably 4 Jewelbeamon to make up your 8. And then, yeah, no, that makes sense because we've got Bastamon here, because Bastamon is a level 5. Question.
I can see them doing 10 level 8. Level 8? Level 5s.
Yeah, I don't know what's 10 level 8. Yes, 10 level 5s. Yeah.
Because you said 8 beforehand.
And then we've got, obviously, Ghostmon and Skymon are going to be your other rookies. We've already seen the vanilla rookies, which was Lopmon and Betamon.
Yeah, Betamon was vanilla.
Yeah, so these are at least going to have abilities attached to them. So we know, I can't see him doing another vanilla Jewelbeamon. If they do, they just hate him. But
Dual Beamon's done nothing. It's
Yeah.
accurate to his.
he's just there because he has Beamon in there. He's just a technicality.
He's
technically,
a bug boy.
yeah. So maybe we'll get Dual Beamon fans will get shafted again. But we know at least
Let us know if you're a Dual Beamon fan.
yeah. But we know for a fact these are probably going to all have effects. Maybe the Bastimon and Dual Beamon won't, and we know the Junomon's going to have something. Maybe it will just be on Digivolve, bring back a level 3, something that's going to work with Mastimon but not overshadow it. Obviously, being pure purple, that's the kind of like it's going to be something to do with trashing, bringing back, and where this deck's very much around bringing back Digimon. I reckon it'll be on Digivolve, bring back a 3, because that then means you can kill a level 3 on the other side if you got Mastimon out, but it's not that powerful, so they can still keep it at a 3 cost because it's not gaining rush. And make it a okay body, something simple like that, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens with these. We should be getting these over the next, if not this week, then next week, because these starter decks should be out really soon in Japan.
Yeah, it's what, 29th?
27th. It's the release date.
Yeah, so it's not too long, or just under 2 weeks. But yeah, that is it for the news. And we just wanted to have a quick look, see what else we're waiting for. But as always, that brings us to our deck portion of the podcast. So we're going to be looking at the top decks for the Gordo games over the past week. Obviously, BT6 isn't legal until the 15th, which means the first legal tournament will be Sunday the 17th. So next week's podcast will have BT6 decks up, but at the moment it's still just BT5. End of a format. A lot of people just having a bit of fun with decks. So we'll just go over those, have a quick look at them. So what is end of format without at least one person playing something better? That War Ground one is wrong, by the way. For some reason Limitless got it messed up, and instead of being the yellow it put the red, and everyone was like, whoa, is this a new tech? How does this work? I'm so confused. No, it's not a new tech. Limitless messed up, so it should be a yellow one.
That's messed up also with the Angel one, because I doubt they played that one.
Yeah. So they are playing the Angel Woman, which on attack bring back a level 3 inheritable. Play a level 3. Yeah, it just messed up for some reason, Limitless this week. But yeah, it's quite a typical Masty Lord Knight list. It's a strong list. It did really well. Funny enough, we ended a round earlier because James got paired down, and the other two had a draw, so we ended a round early. We only did 3 rounds because the other two ended up drawing. Both their decks are pretty fun. We'll look at those in a minute, but yeah, there's nothing really stands out. This is, like we've said in the previous weeks, the list for Lord Knight is pretty polished now. There's not much more flex with it. It's, there's no real text. If you look at it and we don't explain to you that the War Growl is wrong and the Angel Woman is wrong, then you'd be like, oh, those are some interesting texts. But no, it's pretty vanilla list.
Pretty standard for the Mastermind version of Lord Knight. James
has been chipping away at it though. He's been coming second and third a lot, and glad he's finally got his first win. So congratulations to James. Second list, we've got our boy over in Legion, Tomosaurus Rex, repping green Seraphimon. Obviously, some people take end of format as a way just to play some jank, just to play something fun. So he wanted to bring back Seraphimon, which, to be fair, worked pretty well. It's a very, if you're not expecting it, it's a very scary deck, and being able just to being on 3 memory, having a Seraphimon out, having a level 4 out, going into Blossomon, suspending like it's a big thing on their board, then going into Bancho Stingmon, swinging through that big thing and doing big checks is pretty scary. But it's a fun little list. If you ever want to have just fun with green, obviously in America you're stuck with BT5 for another month and a half. My condolences. It's an okay set. BT6 is definitely a much more diverse and a much more entertaining set. But if you've never played green and you missed out on BT4 and 3, give Seraphimon a go. It's a fun little deck. It will take people by surprise because its gimmick, if they're not used to playing against it, its gimmick can really like push you back a bit. Its effect obviously allows you to, when you're using Digisorption, you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon instead of one of your own. So it just allows you to build up that little bit quicker. It's pretty scary, but yeah, it's a really fun list. I got to play against it. I really enjoyed it. Any thoughts on this list, Holy?
Yeah, just kind of like seeing Seraphimon. 1.5 was a nice one.
Yeah, me too. That was the card. I love the artwork of Seraphimon, and that was one of the cards I was really excited for in a 1.5. But I never really dug into green, so I missed out playing it. But
yeah, I just dug into green because I know first few weeks I'm going to be a Meta Sheep or whatever format it is. Then I start to like expand out and try more wacky stuff.
But yeah, it was a fun deck to play against. I really enjoyed it. And then third place was myself. So in the third round, it was me versus Tom, and we just kind of stalled each other out to the point we ended up drawing. Neither of us realized we were having so much fun playing, because I've struggled to get Chaos Galamon to work. He's never wanted to work for me, and I was like, do you know what, this is the last tournament I'll be playing on our locals before pre-release, before I get BT6. I'm going to give him a go again. I'm going to build Chaos Galamon, but I'm going to find something that works. So I chucked in a Dandevi engine as well, so it's pretty much split down the middle, and it was so much fun to play. And obviously Tom was scared to swing. I'd play the Retaliation Devi, so it'd be under a big stack, so even if he suspended it, he wouldn't want to swing through because he's going to kill what he's got. And the same with like going into defeats, he wouldn't be able to get rid of it the normal way he would with green. So it was really fun. It was a good back and forth. And I popped off a couple of times going into, I'd build a stack with Demi Devi and then like 4 and 5, and then go into I can't remember his name. Megidramon? Megidramon, that's the one. I go into Megidramon. Obviously his effect is on deletion. Play Chaos Gallant. If you have a tamer, play Chaos Gallant out of your trash. So I would go up with enough Devimon sources in my trash. I would go into him, swing him into Spirit. If he didn't die, I'd just pop him with a Death's Claw, put my opponent to 1, then bring out one of my level 6s dies, and then I bring out 2 level 6s. Then I've got a Dandevimon out, and then I can go up into a defeat on the Chaos, because the Chaos obviously doesn't do anything after it's been played other than bringing back a level 3 on one of your Digimon die. So you can use him as defeat and really create the pressure. But it was really fun to play. Again, if you're kind of sitting at the end of a meta, or even just if you're over in America and you're stuck with meta for a bit, it's a really fun purple deck to play, and it'll catch some people off guard. I wouldn't like this. Isn't like the most perfect list. It worked really well for me. It's fun, and that's why we play it. We play this game for fun most of the time. Sometimes we tilt, get angry, don't enjoy it, but
more than others, but
yeah, most of the time it's fun. But that was it for the Thursday tournament, and then for the Sunday one, I wasn't about, but we had a nice guest show up. He's not played with us in a while, but he decided to rear his head and join back in. And that was Mario from Mario's Gaming World. So he used to play a lot with us, but obviously he runs tournaments in his own store, and he's had a lot of he had store champions, and he's had like regionals to play. So he's been really digging into the streaming side, but he had some spare time this weekend, so he decided to do what he does best and jump in and run through everyone in the server. So he did that with green. This is quite a standard looking green. The only thing that's unique with this is they're not playing any needle sprays, flower cannons. They're just relying on those 4 Lilamon to get those suspends, which, do you know what, it works because it's such a good tech. And if you're gonna have a Mimi out, you're gonna get suspend on attack, and obviously he's running 4 Mimis to make sure he's got the tamers. 3-3 split on Nidhogg and Rafflesia gives you that control, and then you've got the 2 Grand Quagga for your aggression, and then just the one Cherrymon just for that extra level 5 block if you need it. And he's a man of the world. He understands that you need those 6k blockers still, so run into the Woodmon. But again, I've been playing a similar list to this, and it's been really fun. So again, definitely if you're not dipped your toes into green, this, if you want a good list to start off with, this is a really good list. The only thing I wouldn't lean too far into is he runs 3 of the Terriermon Assistant, which is, it's great. Digiburst, 1 to draw a card if it's a Digimon, add it to hand, but you're missing out on the Jamming Palmon, or the Palmon that when you attack an opponent's Digimon gives you 2k, or the Palmon that when it's deleted, place a Palmon from underneath your security under one of your Digimon, because it puts you in a situation where if you've had to hard play at level 3 and you kill that Palmon, you can then put it under that 3 that you hard played, so it's now potentially a Nidhogg stack. But it all worked really well for him. That'd be the only thing. If there was one thing in this list I'd change, it would be the Terriermon Assistant. I do think he's a good card, but if you're running 4 Tenta, I don't think you need the Terriermon Assistant.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Sadly, I think I caught a couple of his games. He didn't 2-0 everyone though. People did put up a fight, which is good to see. We've got a few new players in our server, and they want that top spot. They're hungry for it. And then we've got the man himself, the Crimson Brit, playing his Hexablau All Force. This is another deck I never touched this format. I didn't get around to playing Hexablau in any way. I didn't play Lord Knight. What else didn't I play? I didn't play Lilith Loop. There's quite a few of the bigger decks, and not saying this is one of the bigger decks, but there's quite a few decks I never got around to playing. And so this format, I'm definitely trying to. I want to every local I enter, I want to enter with a different deck, and I want to try and play at least every. I want to try and play every Thursday and Sunday, and each one using a different deck. That's the plan, so I can run through a ton of decks, because this deck looks really fun, and it's obviously not top tier, but it can still take wins. It's still able to come out on top, and it's just a fun looking list again. So you've got your Hexablau engine, then it's just that All Force is just there to kind of, if you need those final few attacks, you've got him out there. You've got your restand from you're jamming from your Aero V, which is nice, and you've got the only thing is you've only got 4 tamers that you can suspend to get his restand. But
yeah, it's a bit of a low number.
Maybe, I mean, I personally would have probably swapped the Takumi out, even just swapped the Takumi out for a Why can't I remember her name? No, I'd probably swap it out for the. Is it Tai Zero?
Vitema Taichi.
That's the one. Vitema Taichi. Just like
I'd probably also swap out the map for a tie as well.
yeah, just because like, the mat's nice, stripper source when playing a Digimon, but you're potentially passing turn for dinner, not gaining much from it. Where if you had those Vitema ties, you're gaining draw power or that extra 1k DP, which means you can swing over things that you couldn't before. But that maybe that's just pulling too much into it, because Takumi Ai was nice, but in a meta where you hide in raising a lot, all you're doing is kind of stalling out their rookies if they're swinging at you.
Yeah. Like you said, like with other people, you obviously didn't play too much. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't play some kind of Hexaplow All-Force list, considering All-Force is a deck like old Digimon. BT2 back in August of last year. This was the main deck I was playing, and actually like topped a reasonably big event for August 2020 standards of the Digimon card game, playing All-Force.
Yes. Again, I've never actually played. No, tell a lie. When there was the other Digimon app that you could play, and it was all automated, I played All-Force testing on that before 1.5 came out. I was like, this is really fun, but I also play tested Shine and was like, this is really fun, and I never played either of them. I don't know.
For 1.5, I basically played almost exclusively Shine.
Yeah, you're dirty Shine player.
It's what I played in BT2 as well as All-Force. I was just kind of upset that those were the two SRs that weren't in 1.0. Despite being, Shangramon being on the box art.
I think that's the thing, because where All-Force came out in 1.5, he lost a lot of steam by then, where obviously Shine hadn't.
Yeah, Shine doesn't lose a lot of steam too quickly.
But no, again, it's a really fun list. A lot of these lists, if you're looking for something to play, you can't really go wrong with any of them. And then we've got the person to win one round against Mario for Woofy. They've been putting in a lot of work to get their top spot. Week in, week out, they jump in, and they're pretty dedicated to Diaboromon as well. I'm not sure what they're going to play for BT6.
Just play Diaboromon.
Just play Diaboromon, wait for EX01 to get that support. I mean, to be fair, technically they got support with the new Keramon.
You mean Kurosari?
Kurosarimon? Yeah, I don't know if it's Keramon. Kurosarimon. It's because I can't see their names, so I'm like, it begins with K. Keramon, that sounds right. So with the new Kurosarimon that gives Diaboromon the delay ability, which not delay, the decoy, which might work, but decoy is one of those abilities we looked at in our set review, and it's just not one that seems too prevalent. It's a very specific skill for specific situations, and as we know, skills like that don't really stick around for too long. If decoy was like deflect any ability that is used against this Digimon to the other Digimon, then that would be cool. But where it's just, if this Digimon would be deleted by an effect, this Digimon can be deleted instead. I mean, it gets around Gankumon.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
If you wanted to really pick that level 3 you've got.
Yeah, just protect that token. Sorry, you go. And I guess that's the
I don't know what universe that tokens are dying in Gankumon. Against Gankumon. half the time they're a bigger play cost than the Diaboromon that you're playing. So if anything, it's killing the Diabora, which gives more of the tokens an excuse to exist.
Yeah, it's a weird. I don't know. It's, again, black's in a weird place. We got told off in our black play sex. We're not black players, so we don't see a lot of the. Well, at least I don't see a lot of the. Like the lines of play, and we got told off because we didn't give it as much love as we should, which is fair. We should treat them all equally, but neither of us really play black. It's not our kind of forte. Maybe we should have got Gordo on to talk about the black cards.
Yeah, who knows? Oh well.
That's right. We'll be better next time, probably. Maybe, probably not. But yeah, this is a very Diaboromon list. I think it's pretty similar list, if not the same list to what they were playing in previous weeks. It does the work, puts the work in. Much more to say about it. To be fair, they're a really good pilot with Diaboromon, and I've not caught any of the games yet, but if I catch a game and record it, it'd definitely be worth watching. But that's if they stick to playing Diaboromon in set 6. But that is it for the Gordo's side of things. We need to get you your own icon, Holy. We'll get one made. Get your. But what would it be? Is it still going to be a Dunsparce, or you could just go for that pulse?
I'll see what I can get worked up.
But,
I'll be back with you in like 3 weeks for it.
Yeah, in the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Pretty much.
I'll just go into paint and draw a halo over it and change its color to a shiny version. And be like, yeah, we go. It's unique now. But yeah, this is your side of the playground. These are your toys.
It is indeed. And this week, Discord did another Discord tournament. Can't remember if it was 32 or 64 player cap, but these were the top 3 decks that were there.
I like the 3 level 5s.
Yeah, and the first place was Red Hybrid, and yeah, as you can see, 3 level 5s. This has kind of now just become standard among hybrid players, running very minimal level 5s because you don't need it really. Especially when we're talking about blue and red hybrid.
Oh, definitely. I'm glad we're seeing some love for Ancient Greymon. He's definitely a card that there's potential there. He's definitely an impressive boy.
So, it seems to be one of the more standard lists for red hybrid. Interesting thing, running 2 less Pokemons than normal.
Yeah,
and you're running 2 this time.
They're running less tamers, though, I guess.
Yeah, they're running especially less red tamers. Actually, it seems about the same, actually. It's just because I see the analog boys there. Makes it a bit more weirder. But analog boy has his place, especially when you're running ancients. In red or blue, since they always die at the end of the turn, and you can use them to keep turn, have an egg that you can then raise up next turn, or just raise up into something and keep evolving.
Yeah, it's a fun list. It's weird that we're not seeing. Is it Kaiser Greymon? Oh no, we are seeing 2 Kaiser Greymon.
Yeah, that's 3 Kaiser Greymon. Yeah.
3 Kaiser Greymon. Ignore me.
Yeah.
I don't do Digimon. For some reason, I thought he was a Susanomon. It shows how much attention
No.
I pay. He is not a Susanomon. I am incorrect.
So Kaiser Greymon obviously. Just whenever you can or do want to swing with the going into Takuya. Something that was an interesting take is actually a Seraphimon being a 2-of in the deck.
Yeah, I guess just to force that blitz out, just
especially in a slot that you're not really doing much anyways with.
yeah, I guess just to get that 8. Because maybe there's times where they have like a 6k body or a 7k body suspended, and there's not much you can do about it. But hey, going to a Zeramon, you can clear that out. That's
true.
about it. Show what a Zeramon putting some work in pre-release. He did well there.
Yeah, it definitely seems like an area Zeramon would be good in. It's pre-release, but
yeah, but this
glad to actually see him. Good to see him actually being used in constructed play.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's kind of a. It's just this is straight down the middle, ancient Kaiser Grey. It looks really fun, and you're in this position now where you're aching to get to a BT7. So you're looking at these lists week in, week out, like just putting your hand up against the screen, like why not yet?
I'll have the times I can go to Gordo's tournaments, like when BT7 out, I'm gonna see how much damage I can do.
And then by then there'll be BT9, and you're like, I want BT9 now.
Now BT7 is just like a format that like I play a lot of it, like just on TTS in general, outside of the group normally. So I just sit there, play jamming a bunch of BT7, and it's probably one of the most fun formats this game has had so far.
It definitely looks it. It's mixing up the format quite a bit. It looks really fun to dive into. Anything else you want to add on this deck list?
No, because I'd really like to talk about the next one.
Let's go on to the next one that is just going to get even more powerful come Mastimon starter deck.
Yep, I believe we talked about this deck last week, and we're talking about it again. It is yellow-purple control, but
not Magnet. What's it called?
Avenge Kidmon. So previously in Avenge Kid and also campaign card Seraphimon, a brand new text that people are adding into this deck. Seraphimon is just even more recover power because this deck needed it apparently.
So what do those two cards do then?
So campaign card Seraphimon is on Digivolution recover 1 and on deletion recover 1.
Nice.
And then Avenge Kidmon is essentially the anti-3 Musketeers card. Whenever you play it, you shuffle back you bot deck from both players' trash, all options, and all 3 Musketeers. And then you reduce the play cost by 1, and then from that on play, if you send 7 or more to the bottom of the deck, you get to delete a Digimon.
Do we see much 3 Musketeers, or is that just for decks that are playing a lot of 7-cost options?
This shuffles back all options. It does not matter the color, or does not matter about the play cost of options.
Oh, okay, so it's just scary then.
Yeah, it's just a really scary card.
I guess it shuts down the mirror match. It stops you from no. What am I thinking? Yeah, you can't put the options out.
Like I said, I've been playing a lot of this like hybrid deck, and something that you find very quickly is how much you recover and how much you draw of cards. That you run out of cards in deck very quickly. I think there was a game where my opponent had like 20 cards in deck and I had like 5. And I had Seraphimon just sitting in hand. I'm like, cool, I just have to find a way now to get another hybrid in trash so I can recycle 10 cards. This deck just runs through the deck. So having stuff like Avenge Kidmon, 2 Susanos just lets you constantly recycle everything back and make it so decking out isn't a problem.
Yeah, just set your deck back up. I mean, the one Dionys is a nice tech as well, because not only is it the recovery, it's just obviously where I've finally been playing it. He's a really good search engine. Just being able to draw 6 cards and pick 2 Digimon from it just allows you to find those pieces.
Yeah. And then another typical thing that we've started seeing from these deck lists is running one more egg than you do rookies.
Yeah.
Only running 2 Electmon and then 3 Xiaomon. Xiaomon's pretty obvious because you can give the Electmon retaliation, and then running an extra egg than the actual rookie count, so that even once you hit the 2 Electmons, you are still able to use purple option cards.
Yes, it's definitely a fun looking list, and all these lists we're looking at are just really interesting. They're really creative, and I'm looking forward to diving into this set. Which maybe when we get bored of BT6, I'll start playing some BT7 with you, even though we've got EX01 in the middle.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think if you ever told someone, like, say, like, even telling someone, like, BT, like, 4, that was like, oh yeah, what are the top decks of, in, like, a year's time is going to be running 3 eggs.
3 eggs and 2 rookies.
Yeah, 3 eggs and 2 rookies. People would probably have called you mad.
Yeah.
But this is the world we live in now.
Yeah, your tamers and your rookies.
Tamers and options rule the land.
Everything is security control.
Pretty much.
Got the final boy.
The final deck is something that is a bit more traditional when it comes to ratios, and that is, I want to say this is just Lilith good stuff. I'm hesitant to call it Lilith Loop. But Lilithmon has just been still a powerhouse of a card, and it still puts in a lot of work in the BT7 meta.
It's still a little bit of a weird ratio, because they're only running 11 3s, 9 4s, 7 5s, and 7 6s, so it's quite low.
Yeah, it's quite low, but the option cards kind of make up for the facts, especially with all the draw power, because Orochimon discards for draw. You draw 3 cards off of the Lady Devi on Evo. You've got the Gabu's draw discard on attacking. There's memory boost for more search power. Just a lot. Something that is kind of weird about the deck list, and what we've seen kind of be staple of most purple deck lists in BT7 is Eismon Scatter Mode and Eismon, and they're not here.
Yeah, instead they've opted for the Ginkaku Kinkaku line of things.
Yeah. I'm guessing this is more just for the fact of Omnimon's War. You can just play 2 of them as you're loading up your trash pretty quickly, and then just go from there.
Well, yeah, you can play 2 of them. Was it gain a memory and draw 1? Then when you attack with, if you've got a full stack for each of them, gain a memory, draw 1, then attack with both and gain a memory, draw 1, trash 1, pop something on the other side, and then you're kind of set up to be able to go into a Lady Devi, play a Jack's Raid, and then be able to go into your Lilith.
Yeah.
Only level 4 after rushing. Yeah, it's again, that I never dove into Lilith Loop. I think it's something I'm going to play around with this format.
You want me to help you with that? Or?
Yeah, you can build me something. But no, I definitely think, because I've seen like tighter Lilith Loops. It seem quite fun.
Also, something about this deck has the nice little infinite loop combo of resource generation with Drachmon and Calling from the Darkness. It's not the fastest loop, but it's a thing that gets you whatever you want back into your hand for no cost. Obviously, the idea is you have a Drachmon on board, you blow it up with Calling from the Darkness to add that Drachmon and whatever you need back to your hand, and then you can play the Drachmon to get back Calling from the Darkness. and then you just keep cycling the two until you have basically whatever you need in your hand at quite literally no cost. But yeah,
It's fun. They're always doing things, and they've got one Mastimon, so this is approved in my books.
A Gruffy approved list because it has Mastimon.
Yeah. Yeah, that is it for all the decks this time. So we'll just do our normal spiel. Obviously, as you all know by now, we run weekly webcam locals every Thursday and Sunday over at Gordo Games Discord at 7 PM UK time. I play them quite a bit. Holy turns up sometimes. He's got his own physical locals to go through, but he turns up every now and then. So, pop over. You might get to have a game against one of us. If it's against me, just safe. If it's against Holy, he might run through you. He's a bit more technical player than me. I'm quite simple still. But it's definitely good fun. But obviously the only thing tournaments are going to be BT6 from Sunday. So if you haven't got BT6, expect to be a little bit of an uphill battle, because there is a big power creep with this new set. But still, there's going to be people still playing BT5. Not everyone's going to have the cards for it. But it's still a nice, friendly environment. So definitely jump over. And you'll see myself in this Sundays. And then hopefully from that point on, I should be in pretty much every Thursday and Sunday as well. So come join us. Come join in. Stop wasting your time. Come have some local fun. And then same as last time as well, we've now officially announced it, the Winamax prize tournament, sponsored by Anthony, or sponsored by Ultimate TCG. It is a £2 entry, but that £2 for that £2, if you win, you're getting a really high quality playmat with an amazing custom design. The actual design for the playmat will be being revealed by the main man Gordo himself, hopefully this coming Friday, so Friday the 15th, potentially Saturday the 16th, because he does have a new baby, and new babies are very hard work. So when he finds time, he'll be doing a reveal on that, and then over on the Instagram you'll see photos of it, and then I'll also be doing a reveal as well at some point. But yeah, definitely come join in. It will be on the 28th of October, I'm pretty sure, because that's the last Thursday of this month. So we'll be BT6. So definitely bring your A game, come in, because the only way you're going to be able to win one of these mats, and at the moment we've only got 6 available, so it will only be 6 tournaments where you can win one. Then after that, they're gone for good, disappeared, and the only other people that will have one will be Gordo himself. But other than that, that is it. Have you got anything else to add from yourself, Holy?
No, it's all good from me.
No, and that is all good from me. So, as always, I've been Gruffy, and Holy has been Holy. And we'll see you all next time. Just thanks again to Ultimate TCG for being the channel's first sponsor. And remember, if you want a way to support us, all you need to do is go over to Ultimate TCG's website. And when you're checking out, enter the code GruffyGG1021, and that'll net you 3% off. So if you're looking to pre-order any of the new boxes, drops them to just over £70, or anything else TCG related, it is a minimum order of £20, and it's one use per customer. But it's just a way for you to support me by supporting them over at Ultimate TCG.